Welcome to Relocating to Disney. Well, it's hurricane season, and there's some things we have to do to prepare for possible hurricanes. There happens to be a tropical storm off in the Gulf that has a small chance of coming ashore near us. It's a good time to double check everything. So I'm going to take you through some of the activities that I'm doing today. So first off, as you can hear behind me, a very loud generator. That's just a tiny generator that we brought with us when we moved to Florida, and hopefully we never have to use it. But if we have to, well, there's enough there to run a refrigerator or to charge up our batteries. So it's important that you make sure your generator is working every year, that it's maintained, that you got fresh gas for it, and that you're starting it up to make sure that it's going to run when you need it to run. So the generator is going to need gasoline, so you want to make sure these are filled up. I've got two 5-gallon cans of gas. The trick is you get these things filled up, and then the gas just sits there and gets old. And you really want to have fresh gas every year for your generators. So what I do is toward the end of hurricane season is I'll start putting this into our family car and let the family car burn it off, and then I can refill these with fresh gas. All right, next up, well, you can still hear the generator out in the front yard. I'm here in the garage, and I am making sure that some of our large batteries are all charged up and ready to go. The first large battery I have is this Jackery. Jackery makes a ton of different size batteries. This one is pretty good. This will keep our cell phones going for at least a day or maybe even longer. It has a flashlight there. I don't intend to waste the battery on a flashlight, but the purpose of this is to keep our cell phones charged up. Now, one thing I like about this Jackery is you can buy an optional solar panel to charge it up if you want. I think the solar panel takes forever to charge up. I could be wrong on that. But it comes, the solar panel's extra, by the way, but it comes for free with a jack that you can plug into your car. So if your car's running, you can plug this in and charge it up off of your car's cigarette adapter. Next up is this guy. It's a dual purpose kind of device. I bought it because I needed a lot of different things, but it also has the benefit of having a battery with a USB port in it. So it can also keep our devices all charged up. It does have, an air compressor, and you can jump start something. But during a hurricane, I'm probably not going to be worried too much about that. I just want to keep all my cell phones and devices all charged up, and this will help out. So I'm out here in the garage making sure all these devices, all these batteries are plugged in and fully charged and ready to go. All right, next up, you might have some power tool batteries. Never hurts to keep those charged, make sure they're ready to go. Again, you're probably not going to need them in a hurricane, but you don't want to be in a hurricane with no power and unable to use your power tools because, oh gee, I didn't plug them in. So go through, make sure batteries, even if you're not sure you're going to need them, make sure they are ready to go. Something else you want to do is make sure all of your cell phone external batteries are fully charged and ready to go. This one's at 20%, so we got to get this on the charger so it is set and at 100% in case we need it. All right, I'm not sure you can hear that noise out there behind me, but what we have is a Forever Wild field here, and beyond that it's a horse farm, and beyond that is a lake. But listen to that noise. You know what that is? Believe it or not, that is just an insect. It's an insect making all that noise. Isn't that amazing? So the name of that bug is a cicada, and they make that noise by rubbing their ribs together or something. It's kind of crazy. I always say that living here in Florida is like watching National Geographic, right? There's all kinds of animals and things that you don't normally see other places in the United States, and it's absolutely amazing. If you lose electricity during a storm and your refrigerator's out and all the food in the refrigerator is going to rot, fear not, because you can still cook as long as you got a grill. But you can't cook on a grill if you don't have propane. So this is a great time to go check and make sure your propane tanks are going to last. Now, a propane tank will last for about 20 hours. 20 hours of cooking Oh, you can actually use water, and I'm going to show you this in a minute. You can use water to see how full that tank might be. If it's half full, you got about 10 hours left in it. So I've got 3 tanks. I've got one for the griddle, one for the grill, one for the fire table. So let's go check on them. So some of these propane tanks, I purchase gauges for them, and the gauges will tell me how much pressure there is. They're supposed to tell me how full that tank is, but they really don't, because either there's pressure and there's fuel in the tank, or there's no pressure and the tank's empty. That's it. So it tells me nothing about how full that tank is. So what we're going to do is, first I'm going to disconnect this tank and pull it out of here, and then we're going to do the water test. So what we're going to do is pour hot water on here and then feel the temperature change, or the temperature difference in the tank itself. So here goes the hot water, right? What's going to happen is that propane is going to pull the heat off the metal faster than the air will inside this container. So now I should be able to put my hand on here. It's warm, warm, and then this bottom half feels cold. So that tells me this tank is a little bit less than half full. And if this tank will run for 20 hours, that means this tank probably has, if it's less than half, maybe 6 or 7 hours left in it. So the water test tells me that one tank is pretty empty. So we're going to take that to the store and exchange it. All right, just in case a hurricane is going to hit near you, you might not be able to get to the grocery store. You might not be able to get some food. So you want to make sure you have a well-stocked pantry. We stock this full for hurricane season, and then after hurricane season, we eat it down. So that's part of being a Floridian. You also want to make sure you have a ton of water. Now, if you're told to evacuate, of course, you get out of town. But if you're not told to evacuate and you're gonna just ride it out, you want to make sure that you're well-stocked with everything you need. This is peanut butter whiskey from Blind Squirrel, my favorite. This stuff is awesome. I'm not a whiskey drinker, but I love this stuff. Okay, this is one of our 2 hurricane supply totes, and they're designed so that if we've got to get out quick, we just grab these 2 totes and throw them in the van, and we're out of here. And this is always a good time to make sure that they are well stocked. Now, you can get this stuff through Amazon. You can get it through almost anywhere. And Florida does have tax-free times during the year when you can go pick up these supplies. But some of the things we have in here is just go bags, and you can buy these go bags already populated with everything in it, or you can get a backpack and fill it with the things that you think you need. So some things like flashlights, batteries, a weather radio, things like that. Now, something else that we have if we have to leave quick is these are packets of water, right? Seems kind of silly, but you may be thankful you have these one day. They're not terribly expensive, and you buy these and they last for years. And I was just checking the expiration date on these. This is going to get us through this. This is going to get us through this hurricane season, and then I'm going to have to replenish. And if we have to get out of town quick, we've got these, I don't know, sea rations, SOS emergency food ration. Okay, you got to be pretty desperate to eat those. And but if you're desperate, you'll be happy you have these. And these last, forever, just about. Well, it says here replaced within 5 years of the manufacturing date. Now, I checked these. These do expire at the end of this hurricane season, so I'll be replenishing my supply of these. What are they? I don't know. It's cinnamon flavored, sugar, flour. I don't know. So when it gets a little closer to the end of hurricane season, I'm going to break one of these open just before they expire and just see how horrible they taste. When we head out to fill up the propane tanks, we're going to make sure the car is filled with gas. It's wise to do this, ahead of time so you can kind of beat the rush, if there's any rush at the gas stations, to get the gas and they start running out. Now, if the winds are going to pick up, that's when you want to bring all of your outdoor furniture inside, and any, like these decorations that you have hanging outside, you want to get them indoors, or else the wind's going to take them and give them to your neighbor 3 miles away. Now, some people will tell you to take your patio furniture, just throw it in the pool. Let me tell you when that would be a really bad idea. If you have metal patio furniture, do not throw it in the pool, because that will raise the metal content in your pool. You'll never get that metal content out of the pool unless you completely drain the pool and refill it. So don't do it with metal furniture. Plastic furniture, sure, toss it in the pool if you don't want to bring it inside. Here's the next thing you absolutely need, and this is a NOAA weather radio. This one you can plug into the wall if electricity goes out. You can do battery, you can do hand crank. It's got solar, so you're all set here. It even has a USB jack, so you could charge something off of this, I suppose. Now you set it to alert, and then every time the radio hears a certain signal coming in from the weather radio, it will do an alarm and then give you the announcement. Now, there's one thing living in Central Florida that I kind of don't like. It's that our region for the NOAA weather radio goes all the way over to the East Coast, right? So every time there's a storm coming in off the ocean, hitting the East Coast, we hear about it here in Central Florida. So you get a little desensitized every time you hear that alarm go off. It's like, it's just something at the coast, right? That's my only complaint, but these things are essential. So that pretty much covers the important things to have when you're getting ready for a hurricane. What are some things that you do? Leave it in the comments down below. All right, thank you for watching.